Where is all the younger talent on the roster, and why are they just magically disappearing? So I've talked about this a couple of times over the past few years, and it's actually starting to get ridiculous with the younger talent is literally just not being used. Now, I do want to preface, I am mainly talking about the men's side for this. The women's side definitely gets used significantly more than the men's side. I want it to be prefaced when I talk about this. It is the men's side that we were talking about here. Jacob Fatu is 33 years old. Okay, the man just turned 33 a couple months ago. Actually, I think it was like right around WrestleMania time period. And he had his first year be absolutely massive on the roster, loses a SmackDown title, and just gone. See ya. Not on television anymore. Where is Jacob Fatu? You had a guy that was hotter than anything you ever had, and Triple H said, let me take a cold glass of water, pour it over you, and take the flames off your hot start. And it doesn't make sense because Jacob Fatu is so easy. You can put him into any storyline. You can move him into Monday Night Raw, have him be involved with the Usos over there, involved with the IC title, any of the top guys over there, the Vision, whatever. On SmackDown, he could take on anybody. He's believable in any role, and he's got the moveset to play any character. It feels like one of those things where it feels like the guy is getting punished for getting himself over. But he didn't even try to get himself over. He had the I love you solo, and the fans really liked him. Then he obviously got kicked out. People liked him, wins the title, loses the title, gone. Then you have guys like Angel and Berto, right? Those are, let's just talk about the SmackDown tag team division in general. You have Fraxium, both young guys. Like, what are we doing with them? You know what I'm saying? Like, they have them losing matches left and right. They're not really getting the TV time. They might get a match here or there, but not, like, they were pushing the crap out of them when they got on television and all that. And people were getting behind it. You can't act like people are not getting behind them. We thought that they might win the tag titles. They were in the right position. Boom. They might get a match where they get squashed in. You had Angel and Berto are perfect examples of it. Legado was finally getting TV time. They had him win the AAA Tag Team Championships. They had this whole like story that they were teasing about a breakup. Now they have them doing a segment with R-Truth to try to sell ESPN and not really even give them anything. Like, it's confusing. They're both super talented. They're both like, the one thing with the SmackDown Tag Team division, that SmackDown Tag Team division doesn't really have too many guys that look like absolute superstars. Angel and Berto look like superstars. Either one of them could be single stars and you go, that actually looks like a professional wrestle superstar, and they move and wrestle very well. And don't give me the BS, oh, their English must, it doesn't suck. Their English doesn't suck. They have perfectly fine English. And it's the same thing with the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile. How are the Creed brothers not on TV anymore all the time? Like, I understand Chad Gable got hurt, but then they were told, oh, hold down the fort, go win these tag team titles for me. And like, they were put in a position for it. They just kept losing. Now they're just gone. You're telling me the Creed brothers can't just be on television? Number one, they're hysterical. Number two, they're amazing in the ring. And number three, they're one of the futures of the tag team division. And if you really want to make Julius a future singles competitor, you might want to actually have him wrestle on your television show. Now, I know a lot of you guys have given up on Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, but the fact that they got relegated from being New Catch Republic to being two guys that are in, I guess, Los Americanos right now is, at least they're on TV, right? But it's like, at some point, they better be like, hey, these are who they were if they do get over as being like the Los Americanos. If those two guys do get over, I really think it's fair to be like, hey, this was Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate the whole entire time. Like, if you truly think about it, everyone that's on TV at a regular basis is 35 or older, if not 40, you know? And I've been saying it for a while. The average age of a person competing on a PLE nowadays is about 40 years old, if not higher. That WrestlePalooza card was absolutely, it got to be like 42 was the average age of that WrestlePalooza card. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know what you're going to say. Modern wrestlers wrestle till they're older, but they don't have the same athleticism. They don't have the same potential. They have higher chance of getting injured and stuff like that. Like, in theory, if you lose 2 or 3 of your top guys to injuries who are 40 or older, There's no one really to step in that's believable nowadays. And we see a little bit of the juice there, right? You see the Dominic Mysterios getting some love. You see the Braun Breakers getting some love. Carmelo Hayes is in an interesting spot right now. I hope that they push him a little more. Logan Paul is Logan Paul. But the windows are closing on certain people, right? Like Austin Theory, I understand he has an injury. How much longer do you keep Austin Theory off TV? How much longer is Grayson Waller going to be a third wheel? He's getting up there in age. JD McDonough is getting up there in age. The Street Profits are getting up there in age. Gargano and Ciampa, are they donezo? You know what I'm saying? Like Bronson Reed is almost 40 years old. It's getting to a point where it's like, yo, we got to have serious discussion. When do you bring Ilya Dragunov back? Didn't they say he's pretty good, pretty healthy and ready to come back? When are you going to pull the trigger on guys that are in their 40s or almost in their 40s to actually get singles titles runs before it's too late? Like, is LA Knight going to win his first world title at 45, 46 years old? You know, like, it's one of those things where it's starting to get a little scary for some people. Finn Balor doesn't have that much time left. You brought in the Tonga brothers, and they're up there in age as well. Sami Zayn's going to have his first world title in his 40s. I feel like I beat a dead horse every time I make a video about this, but it's just the Jacob Fatu situation got me heated. Like, really heated. The fact that we haven't brought Austin Theory back on TV, if he's healthy. Obviously, I don't know if he's healthy or not. But the fact that Austin Theory hasn't been on TV. The fact that they brought Kit Wilson back on TV just so he can get put through a wall by Damian Priest and stuff like that. You know, you let a guy like Andrade go, even though Andrade was getting up there. But those are like, in my opinion, that window of like the 33 to 35, you figure out if you're really going to push a guy or not, right? Because right now, the champions we have and the storylines they have, they're pretty much set for the next year. Right? You know that Seth's going to be building a storyline. You know that Cody has a storyline built. You know the people that are in that picture. You're not just going to throw Jacob Fatu into Cody Rhodes' title picture throughout this WrestleMania. Then you got to go through Backlash and stuff like that. Like, you have to sometimes take it and pull the trigger on some of these guys and not take any risk. You're going to have a new generation type situation where in 5 years, when John Cena's gone, Roman's gone, Rey Mysterio's gone, Randy's gone, CM Punk is gone, Sheamus is gone, Sami Zayn might still be here, Miz will probably be gone, Kevin Owens will be gone, Finn's going to be gone, Brock's going to be gone, Drew's going to be gone, AJ's going to be gone. Who's really up there for you? You're going to have Jey Uso, you know, being like the A guy. Seth Rollins going to be the A guy. Like, he might be gone as well. You have no idea, like, who are you putting in that position? And I tell people, it's not a one-year thing that you just elevate someone and they're believable, right? They tried it with Damian Priest. They had Damian Priest win the title and not lose it until SummerSlam, and now people are still saying, yeah, he's really not a main eventer. He's not. I understand that he was a world champion. We understand that he cashed in at WrestleMania and won it. We understand he defended it against guys that are believable, but he's not a main eventer. What do you do when you have a Jacob Fatu against Damian Priest, but they don't believe Damian Priest as being the guy to elevate Jacob Fatu to that level? He's not the guy to elevate Solo Sikoa to that level. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you need to take chances by having, like, it's very obvious. They're going to use Braun Breaker with either Brock Lesnar or Seth Rollins. That is believable. But what happens when it's like a 52-year-old Brock Lesnar is trying to make Austin Theory a believable guy? You're like, of course he should beat 52-year-old Brock Lesnar. Of course. I would hope so. There's certain guys, it's very obvious, right? Ilya Dragunov is going to be built up for a Gunther, you know, hopefully. But it's like, what do you do with some of these other guys? How do you make it believable for some of these guys? The tag team guys. The whole tag team division is shambles right now. People don't even remember that the Judgment Day actually has the tag team titles right now. Yeah, Finn Balor and JD McDonough. I know, it sounds crazy, right? I want to know from you guys. When do you think they're finally going to start pulling the trigger on this next generation of wrestlers? Who do you think that next generation of wrestlers is? Is it going to be the Obafemis, the Trick Williams, the Javon Evanses? Is it going to be the Carmelo Hayeses? Are they going to have to sign people from other promotions? The MJFs? Bring back Jon Moxley, even though he's already on the older side. Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher. What are they really going to do to fill that gap and stuff like that? I want to know from you guys in the comments down below. I want to know if you guys think this is still a valid rant for me to have, or if I'm annoying you guys with this rant, because I do be having this like every few months for you guys. But if you guys enjoyed the video, do me a small favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell for notification. This is much love from me to y'all. Peace out, everybody.